You're live. It's the aaronzero show for March 31 news podcast. What do we have here? Trump threatens bombing if Iran doesn't make nuclear deal, warns of imposing secondary tariffs. Iran president says no to any direct talks. And angry with Putin, Trump says tariffs on Russian oil if Kyiv deal blocked. And he says he was pissed off at Russian President Putin and will impose secondary tariffs of 25 to 50% on buyers of Russian oil if he feels Moscow is blocking his efforts to end the war in Ukraine. Who never knew that? I don't know what Mr. Putin will say to that. And across USA, there were protests against Mr. Elon Musk and demonstrators outside Tesla dealerships outside the US, some cities in Europe on Saturday. And after that, demonstrations were sporadic and they surrounded 277 of the automakers' showrooms and deepening a recent decline in the company's sales. And crowds ranging from a few dozen to hundreds of protesters had flocked to Tesla locations in New Jersey, Massachusetts, Connecticut, Minnesota, etc., and the automaker's home state of Texas. And honk if you hate Elon and fight the billionaire Brogal C. So that's wonderful news for Mr. Elon. And Myanmar death toll hits 1,700. Hospitals overwhelmed. Rescue teams from India, China, Singapore, Thailand on ground. Also rescue teams from USA and Russia. And the situation in Myanmar has been complicated because there's very little rescue equipment as such. So in many cases, rescuers have been using their bare hands to pull people out of rubble. And well, the military ruling junta there has pressed ahead of airstrikes even after quake, uh, despite the country's devastating earthquake, with the relief going saying that 7 of its fighters were killed in the attack. And fighters from Danu People's Liberation, active in Shanxi, said they were hit by airstrikes soon after the quake struck. Reports that Myanmar's military has continued with airstrikes, obsessed with its repression of civilians and desperately trying to win the war, whatever the human cost. And then Nepal has downsized the King's security team, ex-King's security team, though there were thousands of people who want a return to the monarchy, saying that the current government has failed and it has created only chaos. So they had ended the monarchy in 2008 and now they want it back. So that's quite a revelation. And then what else do we have here? 10 civilians killed in anti militant operations, according to Pakistan. And ChatGPT faces outage amongst Ghibli art frenzy. The popular AI chatbot developed by OpenAI was down several users on Sunday, saying the servers were overwhelmed by demand for new Studio Ghibli style images. And Ghibli is a Japanese animation art form which people use. Bibi offers Hamas members Gaza exit but demands group disarm, according to Mr. Netanyahu. Venice confirms it will host Bezos' wedding, denies reports of disruptions for the city, and the Bezos is going to get married in late June, according to the report here. Lawmakers clash in Nepal House over calls to restore monarchy. The BPP party has been spearheading pro monarchy protests. Snow White producer's son accuses Rachel Zegler of sabotaging film's box office numbers with narcissism. It's the first I heard of something like that. Helen Mirren says fan of 007 actors, but not the franchise. Whole concept drenched and born out of profound sexism. And what else do we have to say? Thank you for watching. Subscribe, and thanks again.